Welcome to the first episode of Zim 101. Zim 101 is a series of videos with facts about the great TV show Invader Zim, brought to you by Webkinz Fox Lover 2000 and I, alphamorgan. Today we'll be talking about Irken biology. Let's start with the eyes. It seems like the eyes act very normal, meaning Irken eyes can rotate and produce tears. For example, when Zim has his disguise on, the eyes move around quite like a human being's. They also seem to be sensitive to irritants. In The Nightmare Begins, Zim seems agitated by his new contact lenses, complaining that they are all scratchy while desperately rubbing his eyes. In the episode Planet Jackers, Zim actually loses an eye for a few seconds, but he simply replaces his eye by pushing it back into its socket a moment later with no signs of distress or loss of function. In the episode Walk of Doom, Zim temporarily blinds himself by staring too long at the Earth's sun, causing his eyes to boil. He waits about 8 hours for the skin to grow back on his eyes, thus restoring his sight. Lacking pupils, Irken eyes are solid with one color. The majority of Irkens have red, pink, purple, green, or brown eyes, with red being the most common. Now for some information about the Irken mouth, antennae, and fingers. Irken jaws show a bizarre structure in place of teeth, consisting of a strip which protrudes slightly from the flesh and the gum, and then rises in an even peg-like pattern, much like a zipper. Irken tongues are segmented and bear a visual resemblance to earthworms. Irken hands feature 2 fingers to each hand, plus an opposable thumb. The tallest are made more distinctive by having 2 long, spindly fingers and no thumb to each hand. Presumably, this is the result of a surgical modification and is the symbol of tallest status. Not much is known about an Irken's antennae. They are possibly used to hear, smell, and detect things from a far distance, but the idea was never confirmed. All we know about the antennae is that they are used to express emotion. Let's move on to genders and reproduction. Irkens apparently have female and male sexes. The number of males seen on Irk appear to be more than double that of females, although this may simply be only what is seen in the episodes themselves. Female Irkens appear to have curled antennae opposed to the male's scythe-like ones, and more pronounced eyelashes. It is hard to tell whether they are average or shorter than the males, as there are so few for comparison. Irken babies, or smeets, are produced in cloning facilities, which are located deep beneath the surface of Irk. The smeets are removed from the jars by a cold, unfeeling robot arm. Now let's discuss packs. Irken packs are devices installed into the Irken spine directly after birth. The device contains all of its host Irken's memory and knowledge, effectively serving as a replacement brain, and it holds a great array of tools. It also contains the host personality, charging cell, atmospheric processor, and a handy auto-reset button that will reactivate the Irken if anything debilitating occurs. An Irken's job is encoded into the pack's programming and can be changed instantly by a control brain. It is quite likely that the pack serves as a form of ID. Irkens can only survive 10 minutes without their pack. Once it has been removed, a life clock appears in the mind's eye, counting down how much longer their body shell can last. The longer the Irken goes without it, the more incoherent and uncoordinated they become. There do appear to be packless Irkens, such as Scooch and Tim, though it is most likely that either the pack cannot be seen due to the portrayed angle or accidentally forgotten by the artist. Given the chance, if a pack is separated from its host, it will soon begin to seek out another, though it will first attempt to reconnect with its original body shell. If this fails, it will attach to the first being available and will slowly begin to replace the new host personality with that of the Irkens. It was never revealed of what pack stands for, and it might not even stand for anything, simply being an alternate spelling of pack, considering that is basically what it is, a very advanced backpack. A pack usually contains the following tools: 4 spider legs, which can be used as a quick mode of transportation, a laser cutter, or a shield generator, an audio and/or video communicator, a portable container for a variety of items, a temporary levitation device, as demonstrated by Zim at the start of the episode Invasion of the Idiot Dog Brain. Some Irkens, however, such as the tallest, have levitators that can be used continuously. A jetpack, an invisible bubble helmet used for space travel, a binocular helmet, a small robotic arm extending from inside the pack, and a mini object teleporter that can extract and replace any small object, like an organ. Wow, that one was long. Let's move on to the internal structure and organs. An Irken's skeletal system is almost similar in structure to the human skeleton, but more flexible, durable, and can regenerate and heal much faster. The details of their inner anatomy are mostly unknown, except for their squiggly spooch, which is mentioned throughout the series and is confirmed to be one large superorgan filling the Irken's entire torso, which performs almost all bodily functions. Irkens may have square cells, as Zim's computer shows. An Irken's blood has never to be seen in the show, but there have been some hints in episodes such as Tack the Hideous New Girl, when we see Zim badly injured and his face covered in patches of green liquid, presumably blood. At the end of Dark Harvest, Zim was said healthy by the nurse once she checked his thermometer, so an Irken's body temperature may be very close to that of humans. And last but not least, an Irken's weaknesses. Most human food, especially from the school, creates burns when touched and cause illnesses when consumed by Zim. Irkens generally burn on contact with water and meat-based protein. The antennae may be sensitive, as Zim often seems to avoid touching them when placing on his headgear. And overexposure to oils result in horrific acne with apparent hypnotic abilities. These overgrown transparent pimples eventually swell into grotesque sizes and burst. That's all the information we have about Irken biology. The next video should be up soon. Until then, I wave you an Irken goodbye.